Yep, and we are live. We are live. This is my live stream here, V Class Beats. Just got through having a really great dinner. Yeah, I cooked today. Ended up having a small side salad on the side with some tomatoes, spring mix salad with chow mein noodles and broccoli was in it, celery was in it. I want to say I put some real fresh parsley flakes in there too. But that's how I started my day and started everything before I did this live stream. So one of the purposes of this live stream was to try to get more in touch and engage with my audience. Just to get more in touch with what I was doing as far as the page. Just do more things on to my YouTube page that I don't usually do. Um, I do use YouTube and I do use Twitch. So with that being said, um, I will be using both of them to kind of like one Twitch is more for gaming because I kind of play games and stuff on the side online, and Twitch is also going to be for me doing like live beat making just to kind of engage, just to get a little bit more engagement, just to connect with a little bit more people online, and that's it. I really can't tell if my mic or anything is working, and it's not anybody into this in this live stream at the moment, but I'm gonna just basically give you guys a a rundown of like my page and what it's all about. It was once upon a time where I was kind of destined or putting myself to be destined to kind of do music production in a way to where I was selling beats online, and that direction didn't totally work for me. But I did stumble across in that same journey, stumble across, doing like tutorials on like FL Studio, beat making, just anything that I find an opportunity to teach or to show someone something online, I do it. And I was able to get some videos up online that was able to rank and give this page some type of notoriety, some type of balance. And then once I got the page to where I was able to get the information that I want to portray or just to kind of release to everybody, like I just gave myself the the chance to at like putting everything together at one time. Like it wasn't everything wasn't done in one day. It wasn't done in 1 week, it wasn't done in 1 month or 1 year. It took time for me to really like get to where I really want to what figure out what I really want to do. And I just want to dedicate this page to teaching. I want to dedicate this page to information. I want to dedicate this page to knowledge. And I want to make everything fun about beat making like my slogan for this year. Like everything fun about beat making, music, or music production have you is just gonna be what this page is about. So um I finally got the face of what my YouTube page is going to be about. Now what I'm still going to do is still offer like tutorials. I'm still going to offer plugin reviews. I'm still going to be offering things like MIDI um MIDI kits, drum kits. If I finally put one together that I actually like, because I was starting the drum kit, and then I was like working on the 808s and shit, and I did not like none of the 808s that I made for the kit, so I started all the way over from scratch. But either which way, I think I might just still put it together and put it out and just give it away for free. But I still want to give stuff that's going to be useful and that people is going to actually want to put together and use. So that was like the gist of the page. But I'm gonna tell you some of the things that stopped me. There was a lot of like self-doubt with like this whole YouTube thing, because you got one side of the spectrum or one side of things of people that believe that the internet's bad, you shouldn't upload stuff, you shouldn't share your files, you shouldn't share your ideas with people. And then there's another side of the spectrum of people that is online and that's actually putting ideas together, sharing ideas, and actually reaching more of an audience than I was. So the fears that I was having wasn't necessarily pushing me forward. It wasn't necessarily getting me to the point of where I felt like I was doing something great. I felt like I was holding my own self back a lot of the times when it came to production, it came to doing the things that I want to do. Cause like you could sit in a room making beats every single day. I'm talking about every single day going hard, making the hardest beats. But unless you get around people that's actually gonna want to get those beats, or you actually reach out by email or reach out to somebody on Twitter or Facebook or Instagram and actually get to somebody who actually finds interest in your music, it goes nowhere. And that was my problem. My problem was, it wasn't that I couldn't make the beat, so I wasn't good at the music. I just couldn't get it to the artist fast enough. I couldn't get my ideas to the artist because I was being so selfish with the music, with the beats, trying to hold back instead of just giving the beat, giving the MP3, thinking that giving the MP3 is like giving the whole idea, not even realizing at the end of the day, people's gonna recopy beats, people is gonna steal ideas. It doesn't matter. You still gotta be able to put your best foot forward and just do the work and just get to the people that you can get to the fastest. And when I realized that, I was like, yo, this is what I'm gonna focus on. I'm not gonna focus on what everybody else say. I'm gonna block out the voices that tell me, oh, I can't do it. Cause it's been so many times that I've been told in so many subliminal ways, maybe you should just fall back from doing what you're doing. Maybe you should go a different route. Maybe this direction is more for you. And it's just like, I don't have to listen to those voices anymore because I realize that I have the option to do what I want to do. I have to get organized and put myself in position for this thing to happen. So as I'm sitting here speaking, like I'm speaking everything into existence. Like this page will be successful. This page will get you good information. This page will be fun. I get to express my personality a lot more on camera, and I'm trying to get used to it. It's something that I used to hate because I used to hate seeing myself on camera. Like with a passion. I hated seeing myself on camera. I hated taking pictures. I hated taking photos. I thought I looked weird in everything I did. And all actuality, that was all in my mind. That was all a pigment of my imagination that kept me from moving forward and persevering. And you would think a person with a associate degree in science for audio engineering would have way more confidence than he did, but I actually didn't. I actually got out of Full Sail University not very, very confident in my skills and what they taught me. But it took me some time to realize, like, you know what? I can do practically whatever I want. I just got to keep learning and keep myself invested in what I was doing. And what do I mean by invested? You have to put the time in every single day, a little bit of time into investing in not only myself but to invest in other people. That's when I started to realize, like, me trying to sell beats online was just for me because I wanted the dollar at the end of the day. I wanted to make the money. And it's nothing wrong with wanting to make money or wanting to push things forward, but ultimately I didn't even have a plan for what I was going to be making the money for either. So like, here it is, somebody who's wanting to open up a beat store, who's wanting to do music production, who's wanting to have so many exciting ideas, and then he goes ahead, wants to sell beats and sell music, and don't even have an end result or a game plan towards why he was selling the beats online. So I just planned and I journaled and I wrote ideas down, still writing ideas down, still planning my days ahead, still organizing myself, incorporating exercise, changing eating habits. I did a bunch of different things that put me in a place to where I can make these changes. Like, these changes was not easy to make. Like, they're not something that I can sit there and say, well, you know what? Today, tomorrow, I could just stop eating meat and I'll be okay. I was terrible after day three. You know what I'm saying? Like, day three of not eating meat was very difficult. But as time went on and I grew the discipline, I formed a discipline not to eat meat. I changed my diet and now I'm into a vegetarian, damn near going into a vegan diet. So change takes time. Change takes you seeing and observing opportunity, and it wasn't easy for me. It still isn't easy for me. It's one of those things to where I realized that it's going to take a little bit more time to build my brand and invest things, but as long as I'm researching and I'm planning and I'm going through the trial and error phase, it's going to get better. There was times where I invested into more things that I felt like was necessary for me to have. I invested in like a beat store. I invested in having a website URL or a website domain name. You know what I mean? I went ahead and I got ASCAP and made sure that I was a writer and a publisher on there. Like there was so many different avenues that I was walking towards, but I didn't have all of the full answers. So what I ended up doing was I dedicated myself to doing podcasting. And I started podcasting about 2019. Really, really got inspired to do it. Not only because it's an outlet for me to talk and it's an outlet for me to express and put out information, but it was just like it put me in a better place to like really express myself and then to get information from others who actually had more information than I did. So I got to interview some sound designers, some music producers, some rappers, some singers. I got to interview so many different people, you know what I'm saying, that I knew personally and then I worked with, that gave me the opportunity to add to my platform. But there was a point in time where I was on the high of recording everything and then it slowly declined because my life was changing. I was getting ready to have my first child. Shout out to him, my son Parker. And as I was getting ready to have my first son, I just had so many obstacles that was in my way. And I had to slow down on connecting with the artists and producing for a minute because I had to get my head clear. I had to get a little bit more focused on the goal and still am trying to get myself together each and every day. But what I ended up realizing was the best thing for me was that whole situation. Everything that happened in it, everything that I've been through up to this point is necessary because it helped me to realize that if I'm going to stand behind my goals and my dreams, I might as well stand behind them and work towards something. I don't want to stand behind them and then veer away from them because I'm scared or I'm afraid of what people are going to think. And that was the key. When I realized that I had to just say, fuck it, I'm going to focus on me and I'm going to focus on what I have to do for this page and what I care about, which is music production, which is, enjoying yourself, fun, like that's the stuff that I cared about. And I'm going to keep myself focused on that, but also tell you my story in a long run. So as I came up with the Good Gift podcast, I don't know if you guys have ever, and I'm going to try to look for the link so that way I can leave it in here so I could talk to you guys a little bit more about it. But the Good Gift podcast was a podcast that I created that was specifically directed towards getting artists and and myself in the conversation of actually doing music. Like we're actually having a conversation, we're actually talking about their journey, their opportunities that they've got, the highs and lows, how they got started in music production and all of that. So it turned out really good. And then it got to a point, like I told you, where everything kind of took a decline. I wanted to start back podcasting and then realized, dang, I don't have nobody but myself to talk to at this point. Like I'm literally podcasting, but with with more of a direction of me just speaking my thoughts. I was more wanting it to be all right. If I get like two and three guys together, we're getting together and we're actually having a healthy conversation about music production and we're bringing up healthy topics. That'd be dope because it's not a whole lot of people that's doing that. There's people that's doing it from perspective of where they're talking about media topics, meaning like you're talking about what rapper is getting into what, or you're arguing about this, that, and the third. But nobody's really getting into the topics in depth about production as a whole, like the process of how things are getting done, like, you know, geeky nerd talk about like the type of compressor you use on a certain kind of vocalist because she has a really nice high end, and this compressor may bring that shine out of that vocal, like geeky shit like that, that we talk about as producers, engineers, and other people don't really pay attention to. And I feel like you have your Posado's Place, you have several other channels that do the same thing, but I think it'd be cool from a perspective of the producer who doesn't have much, that works in the box, that can talk to you a little bit more in depth about his journey, about how he does. Because a lot of the things that I do production wise is based off of trial and error. You never know if it's going to come out good or if it's going to come out bad, but you do have a technical side of things to where if you did put certain things into if you did set certain settings to a compressor, it's going to make it react a certain way. Or if you set your reverb to these settings, it's going to make your reverb sound big and wide. And it's different things that could be expressed and explained, because like I said, I don't have all of the terminology to it, but from my understanding, it's like with production, it's a different way of explaining it or helping people to understand. So me being the fun person that I know I am, I'm gonna just say, just crank the damn reverb wet all the way up and just throw an EQ on and cut all the low end out, and that's the reverb that I'm looking to get. Like that's how I'll explain stuff, instead of trying to give you the direct terminology, trying to explain this and say, well, shit, this is the way that this is supposed to go, and giving you these big terms and then bore the hell out of you because the idea just is way simpler to you than that. So I came up with this podcast and I started to record doing it by myself. I use my cell phone. Most of the time I have a microphone that I plug into the cell phone so that way I can improve the audio. So from me coming from this mic and then traveling wherever I'm traveling, I can still podcast with my phone. And I think that's important that I have that outlet to do that, because sometimes there be ideas that spark in my head and I go to my notepad, I jot my ideas down, and then bam, there you go. So the Good Kid podcast is more now, instead of it being so much of a podcast is dedicated to having an artist or having somebody featured on the page or episode. Like it's more of me explaining and expressing myself from a music production standpoint with the experiences that I've had, things that I've heard about, things that I've learned personally. So as I journey through this thing, I just record my episodes and I keep going, no matter how it sounds, no matter what people may say or think about it. I got to do it and hit the ground running with it, because it's one of those things where it was just like the YouTube page. I would have this self doubt. I would hold on to this self doubt, and this self doubt would stop me from doing so many things that I wanted to do. So at the end of the day, it's just good to know that the focus now is going to be more on me just trying to get the work done and trying to be consistent, and less about it being perfect. Because if I make 100 beats in 3 months, I'm just giving a number, but let's just say I make 100 beats in 3 months. That's 100 records in 3 months. The only thing now I have to do is get it in front of the artist. They're gonna give me the yay or nay. Send it out to artists by email. They're gonna give me the yay or nay. Reach out to artists on Twitter. Send beat packs. They're gonna give me the yay or nay. See, it's not just about trying to give it to specific people or to stay local anymore for me. For me, it's to grow and expand and to teach and to show people how to do things without it having to be on a standpoint of I have to do it for money. Like I'm doing this for purpose. I'm not doing it for money no more. I'm not doing it for a dollar amount. There's not a dollar that you could put in front of me that's just gonna make me want to do things. I'm more concerned about who I'm reaching. Am I making a difference to the people that I'm reaching? And is this information valuable to the people that I'm getting it off to? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to give information that's not going to be valuable. I don't want to give information that's not going to be worth the time of the audience that I have, the 295 people that subscribe to my channel, but about 27,000 have came across this page due to a video that I uploaded off of a plugin. So it's like a lot of times, you see the comments, you see the YouTube, you see people say what they say. At the end of the day, I don't even worry about that no more. I don't even worry about people saying things no more. I don't worry about people up and deciding to say that I'm not doing all what I should be doing on the page, because there's some geeky ass guys out there that's so caught up in themselves, and they're to the point of where they want to say something so bad that's negative that as soon as they say something negative and you read it, they want a response. And it's just like, I started to realize, man, I can't respond to all these guys. I can't respond to all these guys that's saying that, oh, he doesn't have a lot of music theory. Oh, he's slow at beat making. Oh, he doesn't know what he's doing. This, that, and the third. It's because the attention is not on you at the moment. And because the attention is on me, you're trying to shy it away with your negative comment. And it's so funny to me. It took me so long to realize that that's what people do. Like, people do that kind of stuff just to prove to themselves that, hey, I got the one up on you, or I'm better than you. And in all actuality, that shit doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything at all. And yeah. So I think I got to explain basically everything that I want to talk about. So if you guys are looking for the podcast, or you're interested in the podcast, the Good Gift Podcast is on Spotify, it's on Apple Podcasts, it's on Google Podcasts, basically any streaming platform. If you just Google the Good Gift Podcast by V Class, it'll pop up. And like I said, I'm gonna be releasing content every week at Tuesday. On Tuesday at 2 p.m. And that's Tuesday at 2 p.m. The Good Gift Podcast episode will release. And YouTube streaming. I go on Twitch, and I'm trying to get a schedule for Twitch. On Tuesdays, I think Mondays, I think I'm gonna be dedicating it to gaming, and I think Fridays I'm gonna be dedicating it to gaming. I think I should game at least twice a week. Um, like I said, it's gonna be games of my choice. Most of the time, I'm not gonna be sitting there trying to worry about, will I have to worry about playing a specific game for a specific set of people. It's not even for that. It's more for my leisure of having the time to play, and then the time to talk about some things that I have going on. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, it's Twitch is just basically for me. I'm gonna be live streaming, making beats on there too, but I'm gonna more be doing it for like random purposes. I don't want people to just kind of just assume that just because I got a whole bunch of music stuff on the Twitch page that it's gonna be dedicated to just being music production stuff. Like, I need another outlet. So I'm gonna be on Twitch. I'm gonna try to at least do those live streams of Twitch every Tuesday. I want to say about 5, maybe 6 p.m. about this time. I'm East Coast time, so it's exactly 6:30 p.m. where I'm at, and I just want to do live streams there. And just like here on YouTube, I'm gonna try to do the live streams like this every week, at least once a week, or anytime where I feel like I have something to say. If I have a topic to talk about, or if there's information that I really want to just talk about or discuss, I'm definitely gonna come on here. For the subscribers that's on my page that is, looking for sound kits, that's looking for MIDI, that's looking for any of those type of things, I always have the link in the description. It should be in the description of this video too once I post it up. But all my sound packs mostly are for free, except the Wonderland kit that I just released. The Wonderland kit is on my BeatStars page, and basically I say still go to the Wonderland kit and try to download it, because you never know. You might be that person that jumps onto the page and get an opportunity to download it for free and don't have to pay for anything. So, just take the chance and take the opportunity to actually go on there and just check out all the kits. I really feel like the Wonderland kit would be worth it. I feel like it's really worth it. A lot of MIDI on there, a lot of MIDI ideas that I took my time to put together. So, if you guys are looking for that, I'm gonna be working on an expand to preset bank. It's about almost finished. I just want to add a few new sounds to it, and I'm gonna release that for free on my BeatStars page. I may do a review of the actual preset bank and release it and see what people feedback is. I'm gonna just reach out to a few people that's added to my mailing list and see if they're interested in it. I might just send it to all of those people personally, just so they can just go ahead and download it. And for the most part, that's what I got going on. I'm gonna do some more plugin reviews. I got a plugin review um coming out tomorrow for the VST Carbon. The VST Carbon is like an electric guitar plugin that I have really had fun with. So you guys can tune in and watch that video tomorrow. I'll be doing one for Trash 2 as well. I really, really, really like that plugin a lot. Um, especially for the distortion and the sound that it has that you could create. And it was two free plugins that I ended up buying. Well, not buying, but ended up getting for free because I bought one. I ended up buying this plugin called Noise. Didn't get a chance to really even tap into each and every one of them like that. But for the what I can tell you, they're nice plugins. So look out for those videos. Gonna try to upload some more vlog videos. Got a lot of video editing to do. I hate video editing. I hate graphic design, but I do both of them. And you know, I'm getting better at doing them, but it's very tedious. And some days it takes me some time. So gotta just lock down, release the content, keep things moving, keep things pushing, keep things positive. Um, and if there's anything that I could add to this video of things that I do for myself, I'm just gonna kind of go back over some things. Like, if you're a person that wants to do anything in life, I suggest exercising every day. I'm gonna be honest, I haven't been doing it for the last few days, but I definitely gonna do some this evening. Jump rope, something. But exercising is important, and changing your eating habits is important. Meditating, that's something that I do every day now. Like every day I meditate, go like close my eyes, listen to some sound frequencies and just zone out for 2 3 hours. Absolutely amazing. Puts me in the best spirits and in the best vibes ever. Ever. And that's what I suggest anybody do. Just focus on yourself. I know everybody's still on quarantine. I know everybody is still experiencing, you know, hardships. I know people are experiencing losing family members, but I want everybody to stay focused, stay dedicated to wanting to move forward and try to be as happy as they possibly can be. This is not easy times. It's not easy times for me. It's not easy times for me. But every day I get up and I'm more and more motivated now mentally because I realize that I got to keep my eye on the prize. I got to keep my eye on doing the things that I can do for this channel and to the people that need my help. Um, I'm always doing cook ups. I'm always looking to make beat from make beats from scratch for anybody. Um, Still looking to connect with more artists. I definitely want to work with more artists on records, and I want to add my production flair to what somebody else does. I don't necessarily want to go, well, hey, I like this type beat here on YouTube. I want you to snatch this type beat up here from YouTube, remake it, and then we gonna call it yours. Nah, I ain't in the business of wanting to do that no more either. I'm in the business of producing and making my own magic, my own music. And if I can make something in a chord progression that's close to something that I heard, then that's different. But I don't want to have to sit there and copy somebody's whole arrangement in order to satisfy getting $1. Like, it's not for me. I just realized like that's not the type of producer that I am. When Pharrell walks in the room, when Timbaland walks in the room, nobody's handing them a YouTube link to tell them how to produce. They are well vested into knowing how to produce and put music together. You can't sit there and tell them how to do that based off of a YouTube link or going and try to copy somebody else's arrangement. You're not gonna get Timbaland to copy Teddy Riley's whole arrangement. You're just not gonna do it. It's just not Timbaland. It's not Pharrell. It's not any of these artists that I could name. So that's just my take on that thing. I'm not telling anybody else that decides to remake beats off of YouTube because mostly everything sounds the same nowadays anyway. But I'm not telling anybody how to produce or how to make their music. But I know for me personally, those days for me are just over because it just over complicates and frustrates my energy for producing. And if I feel like I get frustrated for having to copy somebody else's work, I just easily tell the artist, man, reach out to the producer. Go buy a lease offline. Why not? It's the easiest thing to do. Go buy a lease offline and go get the beat for real. Instead of just having me remake the beat to make your life easier and then not want to pay me for what I'm worth. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. But that's the end of this live stream here. I appreciate all who was in here and all who decided to be a part of this. So I'm gonna try to do more live streams like this for visibility, to just try to connect with people and just to see how this thing goes. Like I like live streaming now. Like I'm getting my confidence up, I'm getting my chops up with it. So as long as I got this great microphone, these headphones, and all the tools in front of me just to record, I'm gonna get it done. So I thank you guys. If you haven't already, subscribe to the page, subscribe to my YouTube channel, share it with a friend. If you got a friend that does music production, share it with a friend. Have them like, have them subscribe to the page. Leave me feedback. If you feel like you want to leave me feedback in any kind of way, just leave me feedback in the comments. And if you guys do decide to tune into the Good Gift podcast, I have the link here in the comment. So just hit the link, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.